I was a little worried a month ago or a month and a half ago. Like I was like, when this all started going down, I'm like, oh man, what if rent doesn't come in? Now we're at like 96 or 97% rent collected for April now, and we're at the end of the month. So like we're actually about where we would normally be. My personal investments were 100%. My mobile home park fund, we were at 95 like a week ago. So we're at almost 100 now. So one thing, I feel a lot more confident now than I did a month and a half ago. But even then, like we had a pretty solid plan in place, and like the plan, like basically like. Look, just because tenants don't have to pay rent because you can't enforce it right now, because the government's basically saying, like, you can't evict. I'm like, okay, well, eventually they still owe that money. And so, like, even dumb tenants are going to realize that they're going to owe that money eventually, and they're never going to be able to come up with it. If they don't have the money now, why would they suddenly have 5 times that much 5 months from now? They're just not going to. So they all realize that it's like, yes, they could play that game if they wanted to, but they're not going to. Now, some people just literally could not afford it. Like, if they really lost their job, they couldn't afford it. Well, thankfully, the government stepped in. Maybe it's not thankfully. I don't know. Our children are going to not love to pay that forever. But they just threw $2.5 trillion at people to help with that. That's going to help a lot for the short term. Now, if this goes on for the next year and people are out of work for a year, now we've got some serious discussions and problems to have. Right. But if that happens, we're looking at a complete meltdown of the entire American financial system. And something will happen, whether or not every single solitary person goes bankrupt in the country, or they do a reset, or they change the laws, or whatever. Something will happen. So I'm not worried about that, because they can't let the entire world melt down. Like, they're not going to. At some point, laws will change, or people will figure things out. So anyway, no, we just had a solid plan in place. And if people really couldn't pay, we would put them on a payment plan, like a 12-month, or we were going to 10-month payment plan. You didn't pay your $500 rent. Okay, we're going to spread it out over the next 10 months, and you pay $50 a month extra each month you going after. So at the end of the year, we're all made good, not a big deal. And so again, I don't invest in real estate for a week or for a month. I invest in real estate for the next 10 years. So 10, 20 years down the road, am I going to look back and go, oh yeah, remember that weird time where we had rent that was delayed by a year and we had to spread it out for 10% of our tenants? Yeah, that was weird. But it's going to be like, that was crazy.